So, you want the Ronaldinho story, eh? 30 minutes? Let's go. Forget everything you think you know about pressure and tactics for a minute. For me, football is simple. Juego bonito. Play beautiful. Play happy. Make the ball dance. Make the crowd smile. Make yourself smile. That was always my way. I'm Ronaldinho Gaucho. And yeah, we won the big ones. World Cup, Champions League, Ballon d'Or. Amazing. But the real trophy? It was the fun we had along the way. My life's been a party, a samba rhythm with a football beat. Let me tell you how it all started. My story begins in Porto Alegre, a city in the south of Brazil. I was born there on March 21st, 1980. Football was in my blood from day one. My father, João, he played football locally. He worked as a welder in a shipyard too, and later as a car park attendant at Grêmio Football Club. He taught me so much about the game. My older brother, Roberto Assis, he was a fantastic player too. He became a professional footballer for Grêmio, a real talent. He was like a hero to me growing up. Sadly, my father passed away when I was only 8 years old. It was a terrible accident at our home. He hit his head by the swimming pool. It was devastating for our family. Losing my dad so young, it changed things. My brother Roberto, who was already playing professionally, he became like a father figure to me. He looked after me, guided me, believed in me. He later stopped playing partly due to injury, but he became my manager, my biggest supporter throughout my whole career. Without Roberto, my story would be very different. Our family wasn't rich. We grew up in a neighborhood called Vila Nova. Life was simple. But we always had football, always. From morning until night, in the street, in the backyard, anywhere. My dog Bom Bom used to be my first defender. I dribbled around him for hours. I also played a lot of futsal, indoor football on a hard court with a smaller, heavier ball. Futsal was amazing for developing my close control, my skills, my quick thinking in tight spaces. Many of the tricks people saw me do later, they started there, in those futsal games. I just loved trying things, improvising. Even as a little kid, people noticed I had something special. My brother's club, Grêmio, one of the biggest clubs in Porto Alegre, invited me to join their youth academy. Following in Roberto's footsteps felt natural. Joining Grêmio's academy was fantastic. I felt at home there because of my brother. I just played my football, learned, grew. My skills were developing quickly. The coaches saw my potential. I moved up through the youth teams fast. When I was just 17, in 1998, I made my senior debut for the Grêmio first team. What a feeling, playing for the club my brother played for, the club where my father had worked. I started making a name for myself in Brazil. People talked about this young kid from the south with the crazy dribbling skills, the flair, the smile. I scored goals, created chances, played with freedom. In 1999, I got called up to the Brazil national team for the Copa America, and I scored a goal in that tournament against Venezuela that people still remember. I flicked the ball over one defender, then another, and smashed it into the net. To score like that for Brazil, unbelievable. We won the Copa America that year too. My performances for Grêmio in Brazil started attracting attention from big clubs in Europe. Everyone wanted to sign me. This led to a difficult situation when I decided to leave Grêmio. My contract was ending, and I chose to move to Paris Saint-Germain in France. It became quite controversial. a complicated transfer saga. Leaving my first club like that wasn't easy, but I felt ready for the challenge of European football. So, in 2001, I arrived in Paris. Europe, a new world, a different kind of football. It was more physical, more tactical than in Brazil. I had to adapt. It took some time. My first season had ups and downs. Sometimes I played brilliantly, showed my skills, scored great goals. Other times, maybe I wasn't as consistent. My coach there, Luis Fernandez, sometimes we didn't see eye to eye. He wanted more discipline. Maybe I wanted more freedom. It happens in football. But my time in Paris was important. I learned a lot about European football, about living in a new country. I grew up as a player and as a person. The PSG fans were great to me. They loved the skills, the moments of magic. I enjoyed playing for them, even if we didn't win major trophies while I was there. It was a stepping stone, preparing me for what was coming next. And something very big was just around the corner. The 2002 World Cup in South Korea and Japan. Wow! Playing in a World Cup for Brazil, it's the ultimate dream for any Brazilian kid. And what a team we had. I was playing alongside my heroes, Ronaldo, O Fenomeno, who was making his big comeback, and the brilliant Rivaldo. They called us the 3 R's. The expectation back home was huge, as always. I felt good during that tournament. I felt free. We played with attacking flair. Then came the quarterfinal against England. That game, people still talk about it. First, I went on this crazy run from my own half, dribbling past players, then slipped a perfect pass for Rivaldo to score the equalizer. That felt good. And then, the free kick. It was far out, maybe 40 yards. Everyone expected a cross into the box. David Seaman, the England goalkeeper, was maybe thinking that too, standing a little off his line. I saw him. I just thought, why not try it? I hit it. And it flew over his head into the top corner. Was it a shot? Was it a lucky cross? Maybe only I know for sure. Let people wonder. It makes it more fun, no? The crazy thing is, later in that same game, I made a tackle and got a red card. A bit harsh maybe. So I was sent off and missed the semi-final against Turkey. I was so nervous watching that game, but the team played brilliantly and got through. So, I was back for the final against Germany, playing in a World Cup final at 22 years old, alongside Ronaldo and Rivaldo. Incredible. Ronaldo scored both goals, capping his amazing comeback story, and we won 2-0. Brazil were champions of the world for the 5th time. Holding that trophy, celebrating with my teammates, seeing the joy back home, there's no feeling like it. I was a world champion. After the World Cup, everyone wanted me. Manchester United was interested again, very close. But then FC Barcelona came in. They were rebuilding, needed a spark. The president, Joan Laporta, promised to bring joy back to the club. Talking to him, feeling the passion of the club, the city, it felt right. So, in 2003, I chose Barcelona. And wow, what a decision that turned out to be. Barcelona was going through a tough time when I arrived. They hadn't won a major trophy for a few years. The fans needed something to believe in. I just wanted to play my football, to bring my happiness onto the pitch. And somehow, it connected immediately. The Camp Nou became my playground. I felt the love from the fans from day one. We started playing great football, attacking, skillful, fun to watch. My teammates were fantastic, players like Xavi, Iniesta, who was just starting out then, Puyol, Eto'o later on. We had a great coach in Frank Rijkaard who believed in playing attractive football and gave me freedom. We started winning again. We won the Spanish league title, La Liga, in 2005, the club's first big trophy in 6 years. The celebration in the city was unbelievable. We won La Liga again the next year, 2006. One special memory from that time was playing against Real Madrid at their stadium, the Santiago Bernabeu, in November 2005. I managed to score 2 goals that night, going on solo runs. After my second goal, something amazing happened. The Real Madrid fans, our biggest rivals, stood up and applauded me. To get an ovation like that, in their stadium, it was incredible. A moment of pure respect in football. The biggest dream at club level came true in 2006. We reached the UEFA Champions League final in Paris, playing against Arsenal. It was a tough game. Arsenal scored first and played well, but we fought back, never gave up. We scored 2 late goals to win 2-1, lifting that Champions League trophy for Barcelona. After all the club had been through, it was pure magic. We brought Barcelona back to the top of Europe. Those years, 2004, 2005, 2006, they were probably my peak. Everything felt easy on the pitch. The tricks, the elastico, the no-look passes, the sombrero flicks over defenders' heads, they just happened naturally. I scored great goals, free kicks, solo runs. I felt like I could do anything with the ball, and I played with a huge smile because I was having so much fun. In 2005, I won the Ballon d'Or. The year before, and that year, I also won the FIFA World Player of the Year award. To be recognized as the best player in the world, it was a huge honor, of course. But again, for me, the real prize was the joy I felt playing and the joy I could bring to the fans who watched. During this time at Barcelona, a young kid from Argentina started training with us, Lionel Messi. You could see immediately he was something special. Very shy, quiet kid, but with the ball at his feet. Wow, incredible talent. I tried to help him feel welcome, give him confidence. I remember assisting his very first goal for Barcelona, seeing him grow into the player he became. It makes me proud to have been there at the start of his journey. A special player, a good friend. Those Barcelona years, they were golden. We played football the way I believe it should be played, with skill, with creativity, with happiness. I became the face of the club, maybe even the face of football for a while. The Nike adverts, the Joga Bonito campaign, it was all about celebrating the beautiful game, the skills, the joy. That was me. Maybe after winning everything, the World Cup, Champions League, Ballon d'Or, maybe it's hard to keep that same intensity forever. My last couple of seasons at Barcelona, perhaps my form wasn't quite at the same peak consistently. People started talking more about my lifestyle, enjoying the Barcelona nightlife. Maybe I did enjoy life, but I always tried my best on the pitch. In 2008, a new coach arrived, Pep Guardiola. He wanted to build a new team, maybe with more discipline. It felt like the right time for a change for me too. So, after 5 amazing years, I left Barcelona. It was sad to leave. The club and the fans were incredible to me, but I left with amazing memories. My next stop was Italy, joining another giant club, AC Milan. Playing at the San Siro, wearing that famous red and black shirt. It was another great experience. I played with legends like Maldini, Pirlo, Seedorf, Beckham later on. I still had my skills, still scored important goals, still tried to entertain the fans. We won the Serie A title in 2011, which was fantastic. Milan felt like a good place for me at that stage of my career. The fans appreciated my style of play. After 3 seasons in Milan, I felt the pull to go back home to Brazil in 2011. I signed for Flamengo in Rio de Janeiro. The welcome was insane. Huge crowds, massive excitement. Playing back in Brazil in front of those passionate fans was special. Things didn't end perfectly at Flamengo, but then I made a move that surprised many people. I joined Atlético Mineiro, a club from Belo Horizonte, in 2012. People thought maybe my best days were behind me, but we built a great team there, and in 2013, we did something incredible. We won the Copa Libertadores, the South American Championship. It was Atlético Mineiro's first ever Libertadores title, leading them to that trophy at that stage of my career. It felt amazing, proving I still had it. It was one of my proudest achievements. After that success, my career started winding down. I had a short spell playing in Mexico for Querétaro, which was an interesting experience. Then a very brief time back in Brazil with Fluminense. My playing days were coming to an end. My brother officially announced my retirement from professional football in January 2018. Life after playing football professionally, it's different. I still play in exhibition matches sometimes, charity games. It's fun to put the boots back on, see old friends, and still try some tricks. I can still do them, you know. I'm involved in music too, which I love, working as an ambassador for Barcelona and other causes. Life hasn't always been smooth, though. There have been challenges. In 2020, my brother and I had that strange situation in Paraguay. We were detained for several weeks because we entered the country with fake passports. It was a complicated situation, something arranged for us that went wrong. It wasn't a good time being stuck there, especially as the COVID pandemic was starting. But you face challenges, you learn, you move on. Life has ups and downs for everyone, right? So, when it's all said and done, how do I want people to remember Ronaldinho? I hope they remember the smile. I hope they remember the joy. I hope they remember someone who played football because he truly loved it, who tried to make the game beautiful and fun to watch. The trophies are nice. The awards are nice. Yes. Winning the World Cup, the Champions League, Ballon d'Or, these are dreams come true. But for me, the way we played, the happiness we shared on the pitch with teammates, the connection with the fans who enjoyed the skills, that's the real legacy. I always tried to play with freedom, with creativity, to try things others wouldn't dare. The elastico, the no-look pass, they weren't planned. They just happened in the moment, feeling the rhythm of the game. I hope I inspired kids around the world to pick up a ball, to practice skills, to play with a smile, and to remember that football, above all, should be fun. Jogo bonito, that's my message. That's Ronaldinho Gaucho.